Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back, and I'm dreaming of a Fright Christmas. It's officially day one of the 12 days of Christmas. Every year at this time, I, along with some of my friends here on YouTube, watch and review Christmas-themed horror films for 12 days. The 12 days always begin on 12/12, December 12th. That takes us through the 23rd of December, and on the 24th, Christmas Eve, I rank all 12 films. This year, I'm starting with a different version of a movie Jason and I just reviewed for the Fangoria Challenge 3 days ago. This particular cut of the film is only available on Japanese Laserdisc. It's Rampage. For the Fangoria Challenge, Jason and I watched and reviewed the 1992 re-edited version of Rampage. It's the version with which most people in the US are most familiar. That's because the 1992 cut was the only version officially released in the US on VHS. This original 1987 cut, however, was only available on this Japanese Laserdisc, as I said. Fortunately, it uses the same region coding, so it can be viewed in a US player. This Laserdisc and cut of the film is insanely hard to find. Now, as for the two cuts, I can't say much about the differences without spoiling anything. All I can say is this original version reflects writer-director William Friedkin's views on the death penalty at the time. Back in '87, Rampage was supposed to be distributed by the De Laurentiis Entertainment Group. But then the company went bankrupt, and the movie ended up shelved for 5 years. In that time, Friedkin's views on capital punishment changed, so he requested $600,000 to re-edit the film. That resulted in the very different 1992 version, which, as already stated, Jason and I recently reviewed for the Fangoria Challenge. If I had to decide, I guess I'd say I prefer the 92 cut, but it's very close. I almost wish there was a hybrid version, because there are things I prefer from both cuts. Although they both follow the same basic story, there are some significant variations. Because I just reviewed Rampage 1992 days ago, I won't go into great detail with the synopsis. To rehash, Michael Biehn plays Anthony Fraser, who everyone calls Tony. He's an attorney from the DA's office. He and his wife lost their young daughter about 6 months prior to the start of the film. Tony has been assigned the task of prosecuting Charlie Reese. On the days leading up to Christmas, Charlie murdered 5 innocent people in cold blood. For their blood. After killing them, he mutilated their bodies and drank their blood. Charlie claims his own blood is poisoned and his organs are failing. Because of that, he believes he must kill so he can take his victim's blood to cure himself. It seems he has no regard for others' lives. Some of his victims include a mother and her 5-year-old son. Charlie is taken into police custody, and Tony's prosecution begins. Tony is very religious and a liberal, so he has never been in favor of the death penalty. Charlie's case is unique though, and it hits close to home for Tony. He is still haunted by memories of his own daughter, who he lost at such a young age. Charlie's defense though is trying to plead insanity. Soon enough, Charlie is given an opportunity to escape. So he does, and kills again. His mother and others who've known him his whole life claim he was always a good boy. So what went wrong? At one time, Charlie was a decent human being, but now he's on a murderous rampage. My Fangoria review of the 1992 cut will be on the end screen of this video. I recommend watching that review along with this one to get the full picture. I didn't want to say everything in that review because I knew I would be reviewing the movie again for the 12 Days of Christmas. But I also don't want to repeat myself too much in this video. Again, it's technically the same movie, but at the same time, they can each be viewed as separate entities. There are alternate openings and alternate endings, and additional footage in each film. Regardless of which version, though, Rampage is a masterpiece. It's ultimately a Christmas slasher film meets courtroom drama. I did say this in my Fangoria review, but I'll say it again. Alex MacArthur, who plays Charlie Reese, is phenomenal, and he deserved an Oscar for this performance. Charlie is sinister and disturbing, yet charming. Michael Biehn is great too. Rampage is known to some as Friedkin's lost film, since it's lost on VHS and Laserdisc. It's a shame too, because it's so good. The Christmas season is an awesome contrast to the brutal murder spree. That's what I love about Christmas horror, that contrast. I can't really recommend this 1987 cut of Rampage since it's practically impossible to find. But I will once again recommend the 1992 cut if you're able to find it on VHS, which is also quite rare. Like I said in the other video, this movie definitely needs a Blu-ray release with both cuts on it. If I'm being totally honest, I'd probably place Rampage in my top 20 favorite horror films of all time. This was a fantastic start to the 12 Days of Christmas. Have you seen Rampage? Either cut. If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And don't forget to check back tomorrow to see what I review next for the 12 Days of Christmas. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.